Hey, I'm Sharon Pearson and I'm founder of the Coaching Institute. One of the questions that I get a reasonable amount, and some people I think are too shy to ask, is how much money does a coach make? And that answer is very varied, but I'll walk you through all the different ways that it can work that I can think of. So my very first client I coached for free, and my second client and my third client, because I was building my confidence. My very first paying client was $100 for the hour. And so a lot of coaches start the way I did. You start out, you don't charge, you're building your confidence, you're on your L plates, which is a great way to start. Competence is low, confidence is maybe high but inappropriately because we've still got a lot to learn. But as we build the skills and our confidence goes up appropriately and we have a bit more competence, then we can start thinking about charging. But in the beginning, most coaches don't charge. And if they do, it's a very nominal amount, or it's done in exchange for a testimonial or a referral or a recommendation to a different company if it's business coaching. Just depends on the flavor of types of coaching you want to do. So that would be the rough beginning. Start for free, and then one day it'll click, people are telling me this is priceless. It's time that I start charging, and that tends to work really well. Other people dive straight in and start charging straight away. However you do it's fine, but that's how most people do it. Then as you build up your competence and your confidence, the fees can start going up. Because I think one of the beautiful things about coaching, one of the things I really love about it is a lot of people can do very part-time work for a full-time income. So if you look at $80,000, I'm not going to get a calculator because maths in public and me, we don't do well, but if you're looking at $80,000 or $100,000 as someone's income, but you're charging $300 to $400 an hour, if you work it out, it's not as many hours, obviously, as many people need to work. Now, I consider that very humbling. And one of the things I always say when I run a live event with a group of people who are looking to become coaches is, can we have some respect? Someone who's earning $100,000 has probably taken 10 or 15 years to get to that. Yet we have many coaches who are doing that in their second year of training with us. So they've graduated from the first 12-month program and they're training in the more advanced programs in year 2 and year 3, but they're already out doing it and they're earning 80, 100. We've got a guy here today, Dan, who's helping us out for the day, who's earning in excess of that, and he's in his 3rd year. And he's just so humble about it because he's working part-time for a very, very full-time income. So I always be careful to say that because I don't want anyone coming to us saying, that's great, I want to earn $250,000, I just want to work part-time. It's like, hang on, let's be really humble about what it is we're getting to do here, because we can upskill relatively quickly. As much as there is a lot to learn about coaching, sure, within a 12-month period, most people have got the competence that they're well on the way to earning, as I said, a really good income. Anyway, I'll take you through to some more numbers. So once you're confident around $100 or $150, I know Matt, one of my colleagues here, started $150, wherever that is for you, then you begin building your coaching practice. So the way it works is you start for free, you're pro bono, you're loud and proud about being a coach, you coach everybody, you aim to get 100 hours done as fast as you can. That's the goal, to get 100 hours of coaching. Because if you get 100 hours of coaching, nearly every question you had about coaching will be answered, and every piece of doubt you had about your ability to coach will be gone. And you can do it for free, or you can do it free and paid, or you can do it whatever the mixture is, but that's the gold standard. Doesn't mean say you know everything about coaching at 100 hours, but you know enough now to know you have worth in it. So we'll teach you all of that. So around however many hours, for me it was 30 to 40 hours, I moved to $150 an hour. And this is how I knew it was time to do that. I had a lot of demand for my coaching. So it was probably about longer than that, it's probably about 6 months, I began to have demand for my coaching at $150 an hour. And my commitment to myself was, as long as I'm working with 10 clients paid or pro bono, which is paid or free, because that to me was a full client list, 10 hours of coaching a week to me was full. Goodness. As long as I had that, I would always know I was putting the effort necessary. You'll have your own measures of that. That was for me. At about 6 months, that was full. At $150 an hour, it was literally just full 10 hours. So I thought, okay, I could go to 15 hours which does not sound like a lot when I reflect on this. This is what happened. I can't believe I was even hesitating. Or I could put my rate up, or I could do both. So I expanded my practice to 15 clients per week, and I went up to $200 an hour. And then I had to stay at 10 clients, so I could oscillate between 10 and 15 clients. Then I started getting group bookings. So I had a beautiful company called the Flight Centre. I'll always be grateful to Cassie. Cassie, if you're watching, hi, from 17 years ago. You're amazing taking my call. And they wanted me to go on a tour and teaching coaching skills to groups of their executives. So I began doing that. And I began at $2,000 a day, then moved to $3,000 a day. But most coaches start out at $700 a day and then move to around $1,500 a day. And they sit at that rate for around about a year or 2 years. Once you get beyond that, we have coaches now charging $15,000 per day. They've been doing it for 5 or 6 years. They have hundreds and hundreds of hours, thousands of hours on their belt. But when you're starting out, I think if you get $90, $100, $300 for a couple of hours gig, that's fantastic. I know for me, my first 6 to 7 months, I charged nothing for any group work I did. I did not have the confidence, and that's absolutely fine too. So that would be the rough rates. Then when you get to more advanced coaching and you've been trained really well in things like metadynamics, evidence-based, solution-based coaching, all the great stuff that comes further down the track, most of the coaches then, if they're still really, a lot of people only do this to work part-time. I hope you realize that. Some people just do this for personal growth. But for those who really want this to be their career and they're transitioning from what they've been doing into this, most of them will work around $350 an hour upwards, some as high as $750 an hour, but around $350, $500 an hour, which I think is a staggering amount of money. I really do. I think it's incredible what they're achieving. More importantly, they have waiting lists of clients who want to work with them. And the reason they want to do that is because there's probably many reasons, and I don't know all these people individually, but a lot of what I hear is this. They get me to the point. They tell me things friends and family would never tell me. They call it the way it is. They're not aiming to be my friend. They're there giving me the guidance that I need that helps me. They help me move me forward without me getting caught up in the weeds or bogged down in my self-doubt. They help me inspire myself. These are the kinds of feedback that clients give. And so the more that we can do that for our clients, the more we're going to be in demand, the more our fees can be. So that's how that works. Then you start getting to exciting stuff. You move out of life coaching and into business coaching. We'll do another video on that because it's a very different conversation in terms of the commercial possibilities there. But I hope that gives you a sense of where it begins. We're going to start on our L plates, move to our P plates around $100 an hour, and then we feel we've done 100 hours at least and we're keeping a great coaching log. Then we go and start moving our fees upwards and we start developing even more skill to be able to make a huge difference in the lives of our clients. And really all of these conversations about money come down to this: how much value can you give? If you want to know the greatest key, it's not a secret, the greatest key to any success in business, it's the value we provide. And in the beginning, I did not provide a lot of value. The amount I charged, $0, was exactly as it should be. And then it began to grow from there as I began to recognize patterns in the clients. I was able to coach the patterns more effectively and efficiently. I began to do 1-hour sessions that used to take me 3 hours to get to. That's when you begin to know, wow, I really am providing value. How that happens and at what rate that happens is different for every individual. I think one of the things I really love about what we do here at the Coaching Institute is it's all tailor-made for every single student. It's easier than it seems because really we interview you at the beginning at the personal success planning session, find out what's important to you, how you want to go about it, the pace you want to go about it, and we check in with you pretty well every month after that for your entire time with us, ask you the same questions and just walking beside you as you figure out how you want to do this. One of my favorite stories is this. I was sharing it earlier. Matt, who's one of our senior trainers here, shares this story all the time. I love it. We had one of our students phoned up. I need your help. I'm going to be doing a needs analysis. They want to know they want a full diagnostic done on their business. Can you help me? And Matt said, sure, happy to. Do you want to come in for a chat? Should we do it by Skype? How do you want to do it? No, I'm going into the meeting in 10 minutes. And I personally would have given a bit more prep time, that's okay. But what I love about the story is this person, when they began, did not have the confidence to ever go into a meeting like that. They did get the gig, by the way. And the fact that we were able to help them because that's where they were at. And the very same day, we would have had 3 phone calls from students who were just starting out, who wanted help with, I'm feeling overwhelmed with my first coaching session. How do I go about just asking these questions? Can you remind me about how I do this coaching model? Or, you know what, can you just walk me through my study plan? So wherever we're at, we're going to be able to come in and just guide based on that. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a picture of how this could unfold for somebody who's coaching with us at the Coaching Institute. As I said before, for some people this does not apply, and they probably stopped watching ages ago. They're becoming a coach because of personal reasons. They want the personal journey. I love that. Or they're doing it for career reasons. So none of this is relevant. Wherever you're at and however you're approaching this journey, maybe this has been helpful in giving you some insight into how coaching can look for somebody who wants to become a professional coach. I am going to be sharing more about this and unpacking more of what it takes to become a coach very shortly on an event that's going all around the world. We're calling it the Global Quest Coach Telecast. It's going to be beamed into your home. That's one of the other things I forgot to mention that's beautiful about coaching. You get to do it from home. Nearly all of my coaching in my second year was coaching clients in the United States who had met me as part of this tour I did with Flight Centre. And we didn't even have, this is a long time ago, we basically had to crank up the electricity with our legs, but we just did phone coaching. People do Skype coaching, Zoom coaching, email coaching. It is a phenomenal, brave new world. It's just fantastic.